when we ran low on hay, we also ran low on bedding for our pigs, and these guys have been saying to me, "What have you done for me lately?" There you go, you pigs. You're getting big, aren't you? Half of these pigs are going to the butcher in a little over a week, and then the other half are going 2 weeks after that. And these guys are pretty close to being ready, I'd say. I used to love going fishing with my son, but then he got too big for it. I guess I'm going to have to find somebody else to use as bait. Oh, I got to get to work. Never heard that before. Twice. Too impatient, didn't let her warm up. I think we'll sit and listen to the engine for a minute now. All right, third time's the charm. I finished this 5-acre field. I finished the triangle field way over there. Each has got about 25 loads on it. And right now I'm spreading down in the lower field, another 5-acre field. I'm about halfway done with that. My neighbor here grows about, 1,000 acres of soybeans, and that's where he stores them until he sells them. Actually, I have no idea how many acres he grows. I'm just taking a guess. Lately I feel that saying something on YouTube is like peeing into a hurricane, because the next video you get the same question that you just answered. So this question keeps coming up. Do you use any fertilizer besides this on your farm, and does it affect your yields? This is the only fertilizer I use. I think of the farm as a nutrient system, and you want to balance the books on your nutrient analysis. So you can bring in chemical fertilizer and use that to keep crops like hay going. But what we do is we compost all of our cow manure from the winter bedding packs and the chicken, and I've been through this on a couple videos. And then added to that, we use, 20 or 25 tons of grain a year to feed the pigs and the chickens, and that gets added to the nutrient bank of our farm via the manure we spread from their bedding packs. So we're always adding in new nutrients, and it's worked so far for us. Our hay yields are stable as long as we don't have too dry a summer. Greens up a little more every day, but what we could really use now is some rain. Good all-day soaker, man. It'll look like Ireland here. Nice and deep green. Leaves! Hey, Doc. You like it at forehead, don't you? This little guy's why we had to move that hay, because all winter long, Doc's been coming through the feeder panel and sleeping on this pile of hay over here, and of course he pees and poops there, and then nobody will eat it, and it piles up. Oh. There you go. I want to show you something. Look at what we have here. Little puffballs. These little bundles of joy came in the mail yesterday. Our first batch of the year. Broiler chicks. It's great to get broiler chicks when we have nice weather because they're a little touchy in the first few weeks. Well, they're a little touchy their whole lives. They're kind of hard to grow sometimes, and in the spring it can be especially difficult with the cold weather. They'll spend 3 or 4 weeks here in the brooder. When the chicks come out of the brooder house, they'll go into 2 of these 6 pasture boxes, and then we'll be pulling them around the field, moving each group every day to put them on new grass. Our high tunnel that we use here as a brooder house can get awfully hot. It's about 70 outside. It's nearing 100 in here, and one way to tell whether your chicks are warm enough is by how they group themselves. You can see they're grouped along the walls here, and that means that they're getting enough heat. And I went ahead and turned the lights off. If they tend to pile, then they're too cold and you need to turn the lights back on. But when they disperse from directly underneath the lights and they're kind of off to the sides, it means they're warm enough. Hillary and I've got a special project to do today, and it's one that I've been wanting to get done for years. There it is. I've broken so many rock guards on the haybine on this rock, you can see. Each time it does, the rock gets a mark, and that's 1 rock guard broke, 2, 3, 4, 5. I broke 2 last year alone. So we're gonna get it out of here. The question is, how big is it? Because everybody knows rocks are like icebergs. Only about 10% is above the surface. Oh!
We left out! It's not that big!
Farmer, I'd be a rich man. Here's another one. This time of year I also go through and clear out all the hedge lines too to make sure there's nothing hanging in the field, so when I come through with the haybine I don't have to worry about stopping and picking up crap. And this one's in the way.
The cows are all clustered at the gate over there yelling.
Yeah. They're not going out for a while.
No.
Couple weeks, if we get some rain, I think they can go out.
Yeah.
If we get some rain. There, the triangle field is ready for hay. Looky what came in the mail today. A couple named Tom and Marge from Palmyra, Wisconsin sent me a bunch of steering wheel spinners for my tractors. See if I can get this on here. It's been a long time, so I don't quite remember. And I'm sure if I get it on wrong, you guys will remind me. You're always good about that. It seems like people either love or hate these things. Steering wheel spinners are also called suicide knobs. Suicide knobs because if your front wheels hit a rut when you're going through the field, they can tear the knob out of your hand and break a finger or a thumb when the steering wheel spins. But I have great memories of these because my grandfather taught me how to drive on an H, this tractor I'm sitting on, not this one, but one just like it. And he always had a steering wheel spinner on the steering wheel. So I'm going to give it a try. It's been a long time since I've used one. As a grass farmer and a clover farmer, this is some of the stuff I love to see. See, this clover is just starting to sprout up through here and some bigger leaves here. The other thing I wanted to show you is what happens to the ground in the winter. Now this is just through water action. It's heave, it's frost heave, and it'll work these loose spots up. And before long, I'll have sprouts coming through here. I don't have a compaction problem except on the headlands where I drive a lot in my fields. Frost does the work for me and manure does the work for me because it brings insects up through the soil to aerate that top layer and work the manure back down in. That's it for manure today. I'm about manured out. By my count, I've hauled 75 loads so far, and this is all I got left. I would say there's 10 or 15 loads in there. I'll tell you what, it's getting powder dry out. It'd be really nice to get that rain. That manure's like tea when it gets rained down. All the good stuff goes down on the ground and makes the grass grow. People keep saying nothing rhymes with orange. And I keep thinking, no it doesn't. Watch out, pigs. Get your fill of moldy hay today? I know you guys like that stuff. Oh. I think I'm going to sit here for a while. This has been a long week. The sun's been out. I've got a lot of work done, a lot of manure spread, but I am tired. I'm ready to take a break for the weekend, go to market. I hope that you have a great weekend and enjoy the nice weather we're having, and I'll see you next time.